Hey everyone, today we're going to take a texture that's kind of broken. It's created for a specific object and so it doesn't look good on everything. And we're going to make it so it's tileable using Adobe Substance 3D Sampler. So as you can see here, there's a bunch of areas that are kind of liney. That's because this texture is fitted for a specific UV. So what we're going to do is open up Adobe Substance 3D Sampler and we're going to take our texture file and go ahead and drop it in and select image to material. You'll also want to choose a document size and I'm going to choose 4K. Go ahead and import, and because it's a lower resolution, we're going to add an upscale and it'll just automatically add an upscale node on there for us. So just give it a second. The AI is going to create normals and roughness for it. So here we go. This looks terrible. So the first thing we're going to do is go ahead and crop this. So click crop and we're going to take out as much of this liney area as possible. And then it's already looking better. The next step is that we're going to use the tiling filter. So go ahead and drop that on there. And this will adjust it so it just makes the tiling a lot better. You can see these edges are a lot less visible. You can still sort of see it's not quite right over here. So we're going to fix that by dragging on the clone stamp filter, and we'll just really carefully just draw over those areas and try to improve them a little bit. All right, so that's looking pretty good. Let's go back to this tiling, and you can see there's some gray spots here that I missed. They're just where the tiling didn't quite apply correctly. So you can go through and change the threshold. If you turn it up, sometimes those will get worse. So we're gonna turn it down just a little bit from where it was before. And that looks pretty good, and you can see there's no gray blobs. I'm gonna turn up the blur just a tiny bit. All right, and then the next step we're gonna take is equalize, and this will just help balance the coloring and the lightness. You can change the radius and bring it up or down. It'll change the brightness a little bit and just adjust it to your taste. Next, I take the normal to height map and drop that on, and that'll help give your texture a little bit of actual texture. So you can see it's a little bit bumpy now. I also like to add a little bit of dirt. It takes the lower parts and just throws dirt onto them, and you can change the color of the dirt. I like mine to be a little bit darker. Let's darken it up. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn it down just a little, and you can see it's kind of darkening up these deep spots a little bit. If you wanted to affect the higher areas, you can mess with the top dirt spread parameter. You know, I think this looks pretty good. So that's how you fix a material. Last thing you want to do is export it. Go up to File, Export, name your material. I'm going to name mine Fixed Rock. Select where you want it to save to, and then go to the material settings. If you want to use this in other programs, you want to do EXR, JPEG, PNG, TIFF. These other files, SBSAR and SBS, they work in other Adobe programs, but they don't work in everything. So you can't import a material with these file types to Blender or to Unreal Engine. So just keep that in mind. You can export these and use them in Substance 3D Painter. So if you use 3D Painter, this is a good thing to do. You can also do a one-click over here with the share button and send it to Substance 3D Painter, and then you don't have to hit anything to export it except for this. But we're going to export as and save this Substance file to our computer. Make sure your resolution is correct. It's going to give you all of these different channels when you export, so you'll end up with a lot of extra files, but you'll need them if you're going to put them into another program. So just hit export, and there you go. You fixed your material. If you liked this video, make sure to give us a thumbs up and subscribe to see more content like this. And of course, until next time, take care of yourself and each other.